Hi, this is Rick Storley from New Home Sales Coach. And as we look further into how to attract buyers, home buyers, or remodeling buyers, there's four areas that really need some further investigation. Number one, we have to look at how are you defining value. So you've gotten the question, what's your price per square foot? Or in other words, how much does your car cost per pound? Of course, it's a ridiculous question, but the insight to that question really defines who your buyer is and how they look at value. And so we're going to show you how to break down value into a logical manner as it relates to the way your buyer looks at your offering. Perception of price and quality is very, very important. What is important to you may not be important to your target market, so on and so forth. And so you really need to understand what their price perception is versus what their quality perception is. And then defining who your buyer is. There was a author by the name of Joe Calloway, and he wrote this really great quote. It says, "Those who get closer to their buyers than anyone else are the ones that will get the job." And so the only way to really get inherently close to someone is to define exactly who they are. And then finally, of course, targeted home design, and really targeted home design from the standpoint of your buyer, what's in it for me format, and how does your home design solve the emotional problems of your buyer. Here's an interesting question. What is perceived value? And let's define value. Well, as an equation, value is price performance divided by quality perception. So think about it in terms of buying something for $1. You go into a dollar store, and of course there's racks and racks of things that you can purchase. And as you look through these racks, you're constantly saying to yourself, well, is this item worth exchanging my dollar bill for? Now, of course, multiply that by hundreds of thousands of times. Is your $200,000, $300,000 home or $50,000, $150,000 remodeling project worth the equal amount of money? In other words, will the buyer exchange that? So what we're looking for is a value ratio of 1.0. In other words, price performance equals quality perception. The price that you're asking equals the quality or perception that your buyer is looking for. Looking at value as an equation again, we're looking at lower price homes. Here, price is greater than quality. So it means as an equation, we're going to be looking at having a 1.02 to a 1.07 score. Again, that's meaning that there's more emphasis placed on price than there is on perhaps the quality. Think of your first-time home buyers. They haven't gone through the experiences of owning a home before, and so they don't attribute or they don't assess the same price perception as it relates to quality products and or workmanship. Now look at higher price homes or higher price projects. Oftentimes these people have gone through experiences before, and perhaps they've had negative experiences, which is saying, you know what, I would rather have it done right or have this particular product because I understand the performance, and therefore the quality of the product or the quality perception of the product is greater than the price perception that in other words, are willing to pay more. You're looking at an equation there of a 0.92 to about a 0.97. Now there's five things that go into the home marketing components and ultimately help you build value for your home. Obviously, number one, and you've heard of the 4 P's before, this is the 5 P's. Place, the location of your particular offering, whether it be a new home or remodeling project. Your product, again, your overall offering, how you're promoting that, the price that you're offering. And then the fifth P, which you haven't heard so much, is really the salesperson. I call the salesperson the wild card. In other words, a good salesperson will take a buyer who's wavering and will convert them versus if you have a bad salesperson who has a solid buyer, they can screw up the deal more often than they'll put it together.